knock him out.
Hey, what is up everyone? The LDB is back at it again, coming at you today with something a little bit out of the ordinary. But before I get into all of that, I would like to take a second to give a shout out to all of my subscribers, as I recently just passed the 900 mark. So shout out to you guys. I really do appreciate it a lot. It really helps out the channel more than you know. So keep that coming, and here's to 1,000. So as always, if you enjoy these videos or find them helpful, smash that like button, subscribe for future content, and drop a comment down there. Let me know what you're thinking about all this. So alright, let's get into it. Alright everyone, and here it is. So, as you can see, we have the Alpha Mad going on here with the Ninja Bike backpack. These two gear sets really do complement each other very well, I think, and I will show you why in just a little bit here. But first, let's take a look at the character sheet before we go off to the weapons and the gear set bonuses. As you can see, the base weapon damage here is 22,497, so we're doing pretty good there. The crit hit chance is 42%. I know that could be a little bit better, obviously. If you want to run a pulse with this, that'll definitely help. But at the same time, if you don't want to, this is doing pretty good for me overall. Hasn't really let me down so far. The crit hit damage is at 118%, so get that up as much as you can, as well as the all weapons damage bonus that you get from the Alpha Bridge set is plus 5%. Accompany that with the 12% SMG damage bonus that I have, we're sitting at 17% damage increase. That's not too bad. I mean, 17%, that's better than 12, right? And when you put that with the health on a kill of 20%, it gets even better. Every time you put someone down, NPC or in PvP, you get that 20% back there, so that's always a good thing as far as survivability, along with 12% skill haste. So again, getting back those heals, the pulse, whatever you're going to be using, your immune box, I've definitely seen a big difference in this compared to how I typically play, having all the skill haste on this build, and even not having that much, just 12%. It really does make a big difference, so don't overlook that. Now, this is where it gets a little bit interesting here. The health regeneration is 31,138 per second when the regeneration is active. Key part there, when the regeneration is active. A lot of people, I can already hear you saying, it doesn't work fast enough, doesn't kick in fast enough, and I will have to agree with you. It doesn't come back right away and it's, super fast or anything, but I've basically got it down to a 3 count. If you can fall back from your team or something like that, get to cover for literally just count to 3, and you will start to have a health regeneration coming back. It's not super fast, but it's not bad. It will definitely help keep you alive, and when you accompany that with the bleed resistance, I wish I had some exotic damage resilience on here, but when you accompany all that healing power that your build is trying to constantly heal you, along with the bleed resistance here, that will definitely help counter the Predator Mark bleed. And I'll actually show you a little bit of that right now. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to put the bleed on me here. Alright, I'm bleeding. He went down like nothing. Okay, you got that health on a kill back there. And we're bleeding still. But you can see it's not going down too fast. That tick is very slow. And now it's gone, and we are ready for action. Not too bad. Alright, so as you can see, I'm bleeding right now. I'm going to come out here and take this guy out, get that health on a kill. That helps out always. Pop my box, run over here. This guy's going to put a bleed on me real quick. And you'll be able to see it's taking my life down. It's going. He went down like nothing. Get that health on a kill back, and as you can see, that tick is very slow. Not too bad. Now, I know that's not going to happen 100% of the time, but hey, even 50% of the time is better than nothing. Just saying. Alright, one more just for the fun of it, right? Okay, I'm bleeding. I'm not doing good. Got that health on a kill. We're doing alright. Alright. See here, getting shot from behind. Oh, am I bleeding again? I'm bleeding again. You can't run away from me. Look at, take him down. No medkits, nothing. Health on a kill, and that health regeneration, I'm back. Pop that box. Got the overheal. And we're doing good, guys. We're doing good. Alright, so there you have it. As you can see, that bleed resistance accompanied with the health regeneration definitely helps to combat that Predator bleed. Now, I don't know how strong of a bleed that was, if it was a 9k or a 6k, whatever, but I found that generally, regardless of what the bleed is, the health regeneration and the bleed resistance will at least give you a second to figure out and say, hey, I have to pop a med kit. It's not a big deal. It works out very nice. Now, I understand that the bleed resistance does not really matter all that much because Predator obviously ignores the bleed resistance. But from what I've found, this helps slow the ticks down. So again, with having the resistance, slowing the tick, and then having the health regeneration, trying to push it back, it works out. It works out really nice. It really does. I really wish I would have had some exotic damage resilience. But it is what it is. I have the top 3 that I'm worried about covered on here. I have 28% shock resistance. I have 17% burn resistance, and we have some bleed resistance. So those are the three that I worry about the most. And so as you can see, you know, this build is pretty well rounded on paper. You got a lot of resistance, you got the skill haste, you got health on a kill, constant health regeneration, damage increase. I mean, overall, this is a really nice build, and I encourage someone to try it out for sure. This is really an awesome build, not too bad at all. So other than that, let's go over to the skills and talents. Go over those really quick because they are kind of important. Now, if you want to use a pulse, you can use whichever one you want. Like I said, with that skill haste on there, they come back very quickly. So, you know, again, that's all up to you. I'm going to be using the immunizer for the most part, just because I can drop it and pop it, and it helps cleanse a status effect, obviously. So, you know, that's pretty straightforward. And this one I have been going back and forth with the booster shot compared to the overdose. The booster shot, I think, is what I'm going to actually stick with, since it gives you that increased damage on top of all the increased damage you already have, and it also gives you a little bit of damage resistance. You know, since we are a little bit squishy, you know, we're not past that 500,000 toughness yet or anything like that, this will definitely help out a lot. Sometimes I pop this before I go into combat just so that I get that damage increase, and I can definitely tell a difference. It's usually about 2,000 to 3,000 on a crit damage hit, from what I found. You know, say if you're hitting at about 22,000, you'll be hitting at about 25,000, you know, per bullet. So it works out pretty good, not too bad at all. Now the immunizer, again, you know, pretty straightforward. I'm going to be going with the recovery link just to keep it on the safe side. Now, if you want to go crazy, use the tack link, because again, all of the increases that you're getting from everything, you know, all the damage increase, and then you pop this, you're going to melt whatever is in front of you. It's just that simple. It really is nice. Now, the talents that I'm going to be using, my typical adrenaline and critical save, I use those on, you know, pretty much everything, as well as strike back. I took off the one is none and put this on because when you reach low health, to reduce active skill cooldowns by 20%. So, you know, you're getting that skill haste on there. And as with this accompanied, they come back very quickly, especially the lower damage that the lower health that you have. Now, I kept on the move because this is awesome. Killing a hostile while moving to reduce incoming damage by 15% for 10 seconds. This procs just about every time I kill somebody if it's not procced already. You know, it doesn't stack or anything, but this is definitely awesome. Keep your eye out for that if you haven't used it before. Reduction of incoming damage by 15% is a big thing. So, you know, other than that, guys, let's take a look at the actual gear set bonuses that we're going to be getting from this. As you can see, the 2-piece gives you that 15% health on a kill. The 3-piece gives you that Nomad's Resolve, grants a constant small amount of healing, allowing the user to regenerate all segments of health during combat. So that is awesome when you combine that with the Alpha Bridge 2-piece, which is 100% health regen. You know, so you're getting healing back from 2 different builds at the same time. It's really nice. As well as getting that 5% weapon damage increase for the 3-piece bonus. And the 4-piece, you get the talent Alpha Bridge. If your primary and secondary weapon is of the same category, they share the free talent. All talent requirements are ignored for all weapon talents. So if you want to play around with your firearms to stamina ratio or anything like that, you don't have to have it perfect like I do or anything, you know, to each their own. But regardless, this will unlock all of your weapon talents no matter what your stats are, and that is a big thing. So, you know, if you want to go 9k stamina, everything will still be unlocked. You know, it's pretty nice. So really quick, let's go over the build piece by piece here. The Nomad chest that I have here is rolled for stamina with health on a kill, and ammo capacity. And the mods that I have on it is a firearm with skill haste and a stamina with skill haste on there as well. I'm using a couple stamina mods on here just to get that toughness and stamina up as much as you can, since you're a little squishy if you don't. Now, the Nomad Mask that I have here is rolled for firearms with crit chance and burn resistance. You got to get that resistance up. And this has a firearms with skill haste mod on there as well. Now, the knee pads that are Alpha Bridge, I have rolled for firearms with 9% crit damage. We got disorient, shock, and bleed resistance on there. I got really lucky there having the shock and the bleed both on one piece. You know, that's kind of hard to get. If you get them like that, keep it. I'm just saying, you know, that's definitely a good thing, something that I'd always look out for. And the mods that I have on here is a firearms with skill haste again, with a 6% first aid self-heal mod. Now, the holster that obviously it's just rolled all across the board. I haven't really spec'd into it too much at all. The 4% crit hit chance we get from there, and then the mod that I have on here is a 5.5 first aid self-heal. So you know, you got that health regeneration, you got all the health coming back from you, all these extra little mods here and there, and it all adds up. Now, these gloves I got really, really lucky with. Obviously, you can see we got the crit chance damage on there with the SMG damage up on there. Now, if I want to play it a little bit different, I can always just swap to these. I got the crit chance and damage with assault rifle damage on there, so depending on what I want to play with, you just swap out the gloves, and it is what it is. I'm just a SMG guy, more or less, so this is what I've been rolling with, and it works out really nice. Now, the Ninja Bike bag, as most people know, is basically just a wild card for all the other gear sets, you know, so that it will unlock, you know, the 2, the 3, 4-piece bonuses. This is rolled for stamina with health and ammo capacity, and I have a stamina with health mod on there as well, with 2 first aid self-heal mods. So that's pretty much the build there. Let's go over the weapons really quick, since this is the best, you know, save the best for last here. The house that I have here has 23% crit hit chance on it. The base damage is very good. The RPM and mag size are pretty good as well. I have deadly, responsive, card counter, and unforgiving. Now, typically, if you can get deadly, responsive, unforgiving on something, that's almost a god roll, right? I mean, at least in some people's eyes. And then you throw card counter on top of it, and this is just ridiculous. This will put out so much damage, it's ridiculous. I love this weapon, and especially with the alpha bridge on there, it's even better. Now, the mag that I'm going to be using is for mag size, crit damage, and rate of fire. The optic is crit chance and damage with a little bit of optimal range, so you can reach out a little bit farther. The muzzle has crit damage chance with a little bit of accuracy on there with increased threat, but hey, I'm a clown, so it doesn't really matter. And the small underbarrel there has the crit damage with reload speed and a little bit of accuracy. So again, just kind of across the board, making it very comfortable to use. If I need to in a pinch, which I typically don't, unless, like I said, unless I'm really you know, in a hard time there, I'll swap to my Navy MP5N here. It has deadly, self-preserved, and unforgiving. Again, with self-preserved going on there, crit hits with this weapon heal the user for 3% of damage dealt. With something that's already trying to heal you constantly from 2 different builds, it works out pretty nice. And you know, as you can see side by side, the only difference is basically a little bit of an RPM change, as well as just about a 2,000 base damage difference. So I mean, that's about it. You know, a couple % crit chance lower, but either way, they work out very nice together, and I really do enjoy them. So you know, that's about it, guys. Hopefully you found this helpful and enjoyed the video. If you did, as always, smash that like button, subscribe for future content. That really does help out the channel a lot. And once again, shout out to all of my subscribers. You know, I really do appreciate you guys a lot. So until next time, guys, I hope you take it easy, and I will see you then. Later.